So you're running an office of the CTO then?
Yeah, exactly.
I like that model. Some people just, that's like their style. And
Yeah.
I love it when I see it because then we can publicize it and make it so that people don't have to hate what they're doing. And they know that being a CTO, that's an option.
Yeah. Well, and the challenge is not to have the office of roads to nowhere. That's what I like to call it. They're like, it's very easy to create R&D divisions that don't produce value for the company, right? Either, they get really divorced from the business. Like, hey, here's this awesome idea. I built this first-person shooter for like the iPhone or whatever. And you're like, what does that have to do with our business, right? Like, but there's also places that try to do like the early stage incubation, right? Oh, we'll build version 0.1 of the product and then we will hand it off to engineering. And that's just really hard to do. I mean, you've got like all of the planning alignment and staffing alignment. You've got to have all the knowledge transfer. You've got cultural issues of like the cool kids build the new stuff. And so, as I looked at how I wanted to shape the office of the CTO, it's much more, how do we help the product org, right? If you think about things that are on the edges of the product management roadmap, 6 months out, 9 months out, there's huge questions about those. And there's huge questions rooted in technology, right? Like, what is possible? How do these things work? How do customers actually use this technology? And that's where we can go and do much more bounded investigations and say, hey, here's what we learned about X, or here's a prototype we built. And that way they're not designed to be roads to anywhere. They're kind of like well-contained research items that then support the rest of the business. And then we combine that with, leading kind of field technologists, sort of how do we elevate the maturity of our field and our customers in these technology domains. So it's part research, part kind of field technology leadership. But so far it's been working pretty well.